the thought process is, as a woman, if you're doing this sort of like make some guys wait, just other guys really quickly, it's like, I thought this guy was a better long-term prospect, so I treated him worse than the guys I knew who were just like for sex. Those are typically like the boys' assholes.
What do you mean worse?
Hold on. But, and this is what you essentially are saying to the guy who you want to wait and have like a long-term relationship with. You were so important to me that I treated sex like it was sacred, but just for you. Not those other 20 guys who got it hit the first night.
And this is why it's so confusing to men these days. Because the whole thing of nice guys finish last, this is where it comes from. Because the nice guys are like, you know, why should you want me to make an investment, treat you nice, bring you flowers, take you on expensive dates, show you a good time experiences, give you money, attention, flowers, gifts, call you, text you, hey babe, how was your day? But then you can't be intimate with me. But the guy who doesn't even do half that stuff, you reward him with your body. It's like, you're such a bad boy, I'm going to reward you with my body. Here, have it. But the guy you would think who actually should be the one you be intimate with, you make him wait for 3 months. I don't know, however long you choose to, because he's such a nice guy. You know, so guys are confused. Guys are like, so why should I be a nice guy? I mean, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, guys. Men and women get together because of physical and sexual attraction. Whether physical attraction that leads to a sexual relationship, that's eventually, right? But you're saying the person who's not good for you, you're intimate with them sexually, but the guy who's good for you, you don't? Like, that's so confusing to men. You know, but the ladies are saying, hey, if you're a nice guy, you treat me well, I'm going to make you wait. But for the bad boy, I'm going to reward him for being a bad boy.
It's only sacred for you, but for those other dudes, yeah, you can just right away.
I don't know if we're treating it as sacred, more as like wanting you to accept us, but also I think that I think we've all been through this, most of us have been through this, where you have sex with a guy, whether it's after a few dates or on the first night, he doesn't talk to you anymore. The hurt with him not talking to you anymore is less with a guy who you don't see any potential with, rather than a guy who is like, you want something, you want more out of from. And so like, I don't know, having sex with him too soon, it hurts. It's like, whatever, like you want to make him like you.
You shouldn't be sleeping with anyone that you don't like. Seriously. You should only sleep with people you like. Because I'm thinking that will be even better sex, you know, better connection, you know, you're closer to the person. Why should you just sleep with someone you don't like? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's the opposite. Everything is flipped. You know, it's like, okay, I like you so much. I'm not gonna sleep with you, but this guy I don't like, I'm gonna sleep with him. So what's the what? Because it should be special that you sleep with someone, and it should be someone. This woman's logic is, I can't believe this.
You want to make him do this? I don't really know.
That's a really good point.
That is a really good point. I agree with that.
And it's crazy. All the women agree with her. So for you nice guys out there, you know, you've been taking out your lady to all these nice dinner dates and doing all these things, flowers, texting her good morning and calling her, and you're wondering why she doesn't want to be intimate with you. The ladies agree with her. They all agree with the logic. You know, because now imagine if the roles change, because what men bring to women and what women bring to men is different, right? Now imagine if you're the nice guy and you're like, you know what, other women have been using me for dinner dates, free food and things like that. Because I like you so much, I'm not going to take you out on dates. Because I like you so much, I'm not going to call you. Because I like you so much, I'm not going to, you know, text you, bring you flowers 3 months later because I like you so much. But for the woman I don't like, I'm going to do everything for her. You see how that logic doesn't make sense? But they don't care.
But also, I feel like there's a very big difference between fucking someone and making love to someone.
It's still sex.
Like, having those different connections are completely different. And I would say that, you know, if somebody goes on the street and like they're horny and they want to the hot girl like that they met, let's say at a fashion show, that's what they're going to look for. But there's a difference between f***ing and loving. And so, hey, you might f*** somebody on the first date and they might end up being your baby daddy. I don't know. Emotions are not logical.
What's the difference?
What's the difference between f***ing and lovemaking?
Yeah.
Connection, I think.
It's not something you can describe. It's something you got to feel. And the people who know it know it.
Yeah. Feeling like...
So I don't know if that's going to be, like, I'll just grant that. But, like, from the male perspective, if I'm sitting here as, like, you're viewing me as the potential boyfriend and you're saying, I want to f*** those other guys, but you have to wait.
I wouldn't make you wait.
Uh-huh.
That's like,
I
isn't
wanna
that
make you
like
wait.
the typical, like, nah, baby, I didn't make love to her. I was fucking her, so it didn't mean anything. Like what, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
In a relationship like
You
that,
weren't making love, baby. I only make love to you.
well, hey, in a relationship like that where you're supposed to be monogamous, yes, that's a slap in the face. But as someone who's polyamorous, like I play with Madison's husband all the time, and it's different than when I play with my own partner. So
yeah, so you're just fucking him. You ain't making love.
He's a good though.
He is.
Yeah, but you ain't making love because that's a.
Wait, is this real? She sleeps with her husband and she's okay with it? Yo, I mean, if you guys think 2024 was crazy, 2025 is even about to get crazier. And they believe this. Not even just her. Even women out there believe this. If he's a potential boyfriend, he's a good man, make him wait. If he's a bum, he's a dusty, he's a bad boy, give it to him right away. Like, reward him, in other words. It's crazy.
A whole different thing. You only make love to the people you have that special butterfly-like feeling with.
Yeah.
But Brian, your stance kind of sounds like the thing that you only value a woman in a relationship for having sex if you're punishing them by making them wait. Like, isn't there a lot more that a woman can bring to the table? And maybe she respects you for more than just your body and more than just a and that's why she wants to wait. I mean, I completely think it's stupid when girls like hook up all over town their whole life and then suddenly decide they want to wait till marriage with one guy. That's ridiculous. But to say I want to take this a little more seriously and I want to respect you as a human and make sure there's like a deeper connection before we take it there, I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as it's like a reasonable time frame.
Well, just I do want to clarify, my position is not that all women do bring or can bring to the table is just sex. I don't know if that's what you're trying
to
to
kind of seem that way because we're punishing guys by making the good guys wait. That's what you said.
But how would that
Yeah, because you said you make the good guys wait, but the bad boys get it on the first night. Literally, that's what you said. So any logical man is like, okay, I'm good enough to do all these good things that you like. I'm good enough in your eyes, but I'm not good enough to make love to. But the bad boys get to see your body and I don't get to. Like, that's what in my brain. That's what it's gonna mean.
Follow that's all that women bring to the table.
I don't know, because you see that as a punishment rather than we're respecting men for more than just their bodies.
Where's the?
It's an implication. You didn't straight up say it.
I don't think there's any implication there. Somebody can like punish somebody in like one vertical, and it doesn't mean that they're not bringing other things to the table.
Well, you're just seeing it as a glass half empty, that it's like a punishment rather than respecting you for more than just your body and your.
Well, why isn't she respecting herself
exactly
in previous sexual encounters then?
Not about respecting herself, it's about respecting the other person.
How so?
But if the person is going to be with you, I'm hoping you respected your body enough. I mean, don't respect my body, respect yours so I can respect you.
Oh.
Because in one instance, both parties were just looking to have some good sex and release some good hormones. In a different case, you're looking to spend the rest of your life with someone and see where this goes.
Yeah, but why would withholding sex preclude somebody from
It wouldn't necessarily, but in some cases, like I said, maybe it didn't work out the other way for girls before, and they decided, hey, maybe I'll make them wait a couple dates. Like 9 months would be ridiculous.
Sure.
But
well,
maybe
let me give you
get to know each other first.
I'm going to go through a couple analogies here. I have them written down, kind of none of these quite perfectly hit on this, but I think it's fair to go through a bunch of these analogies to perhaps try to give you the perspective of how men might experience this. So, who here wants a guy to pay for the first date? Show of hands. Pay for the first date. Pay for the first date. Pay the first date.
It depends on their financial situation.
Yeah. So let's say you really like this guy. You go on a date. Everything's great. But you find out that he wants to go 50-50 with you until you guys are married. Objections?
I already go 50-50 with my
Okay,
partner.
that's fine. This is for those of
50-50 for paying?
for the first date.
50
You didn't raise your hand though, so this is for the people who want a guy to pay for the first date. So
Sorry.
your reaction.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like he should pay for the first date. Like that's
yeah?
the traditional way
Okay.
that you want a traditional woman.
And then what about you?
I would be open to it, but initially I would, if you're trying to court me, then yeah, pay for the date. If you ask me on a date. If I
Okay.
ask you, it's different.
Sure.
I would assume we're friends if he didn't pay for the first date. I'm not saying.
Oh, so now they got standards when the man is trying to have the advantage. Okay, let's see.
He wants to date you, but he's like,
I
yeah,
still would, but he's not sending me the right message. I'm not saying he has to pay for every date at all.
what he's overt.
So then what message are you sending the good guy that you make him wait while simultaneously sleeping with a bad boy right away? What message are you sending?
Like he's like, hey, I really like you, but this is just kind of my values. I prefer 50-50.
I would still assume that he just wants. I would look at him as a friend. I feel
No,
like
but he's like, I want to fuck you
I still would look at him as a friend.
and date you and have
Sucks to
babies.
suck. You want to fuck me? I still look at you as a friend.
Okay, so just to be clear, if he wants to fuck you, he has to pay for the first date.
Yeah, because I think it's like
Appreciate
an
it.
announcement.
Okay, and so, but to those of you who want guys to pay for the first date, you learn, even though he says, and you're really interested, you really like
Oh,
this
I
guy.
mean, what does a piece of pie buy?
it's a mess.
Is
I'm
the
just kidding.
piece of pie second base, and then, like, does the appetizer pay for the first kiss? Like, how does this work?
Okay, so those of you who said like, yeah, you do want the guy to pay for the first date, you learn that for his last 3 girlfriends, he paid for everything. He paid for rent, dates, vacations. He'd go on like a couple dates a week, pay for everything, pay the entire bill. And he's telling you, well, like you're really special to me. Like, I think you could be the one, blah, blah, blah. But he wants to go 50-50. And there's been no change in his financial position. Like, he hasn't lost his job, anything like that. You feel a little bit like, well, hold on. Why did all your exes get this kind of treatment?
Yeah.
And I'm just, do you feel that way?
Yeah.
I would question
Would
it.
you feel a type of way?
I would just question like what changed.
Exactly, and that's how guys see it. It's like, for all these bad boys, you are okay to be intimate with them right away, but you're saying I'm such a nice guy that you're gonna make me wait, but regardless you still want me to invest and do all these nice things for you. It's just not a fair deal, you know. If you say you don't like the guy, he's a bad boy, don't sleep with him. No, if you find your good guy, nice guy, that's the guy you should be intimate with. But it's 2025, end of 2024. That's the dating scene, and all the ladies agreed. But now you see when the tables turn and it's the man saying, I'm not going to spend on you because I like you, they don't like the deal. Anyway, shout out to Andrew, shout out to Whatever Podcast. Link down below. Peace.